Baba Mohbad, his team of lawyers do not have a strategy or are working towards a strategy that will not get us the direction we want, get us the justice that we desire. So, this way, we have noticed a pattern in their behavior, especially the lawyers. The full forensic of Mohbad, which is the only hope of getting justice for Mohbad, full forensic needs to be done. And also for all the individuals in the house and the extended families and any individuals. Then we also look at getting the coroner court, if possible, through the agenda we present through the Nigerian Bar Association and their advice hearing. They will give us clarity on what we can do, because the coroner court has been messed up. If we be truthful to ourselves, it has been totally messed up. The right persons are not being invited, especially those who announced Mohbad's passing on. They are working freely and they've never been questioned about their roles, where they got Mohbad's body from, where they took it from, how it came into their possession, and all these things. Nobody has ever asked these questions to give us direction on why Mohbad was announced dead and who gave them those directives to do so. And the video is also a kind of evidence that has never been presented even at the coroner court, to show that someone had passed on and it was wrongly announced that he had passed on. And these individuals, what are the relationship between Mohbad, the wife, and all the things, the circumstances that surrounds these stories that led to his demise. So all these things we need to put into perspective. And we're also looking at private investigators. So we need a team of private investigators. We need a team of lawyers that will work with the Nigerian Bar Association. And then we need the international communities, especially TERAP, International Human Rights Watch. And then we need a team of journalists, media front, whereby we can, whatever we do, the advocacy can go on very powerfully in such a way that we have a directive in getting the results on whatever achievement with the progress we've made based on the private investigator, the justice system through the Nigerian Bar Association and the team of lawyers that we are putting up. And thank God we have Ada Universe, who had some team of lawyers who wanted to be part of the corona and becomes
a very good morning. I'm sorry to interject, but I've got a very busy day ahead of me. If you permit me to speak, I'll just drop my IT guy. I'll just drop my little bombshell and move on. Am I allowed to do that?
Please go ahead.
Okay, so I think the more I listen to this, the more it seems as if the old situation is getting more and more convoluted with ideas. We have concepts. We have various means and various ways of injecting different things with no direction. From my point of view, I don't think this is going to work. I've thought about it. It's not going to work. Reason being, the inquest has got to where it's got up to today. Is either we wait for that to complete, or we're going to fail at the first hurdle. Why? This is going to need a lot of money. There's too many concepts in one, all convoluted. It's going to actually mean that you will need huge resources on the ground. And I think that if you really, really want to get the government to listen, the idea of going out to the United Nations, going out to external bodies when the inquest itself is still on. There is no result, and there's nothing you're going to take to the international community to say, well, are we going to teach the magistrate, the DPP, on how to actually run the system? So we can't say we need something done. And at the same time, we are attacking the same government that is going to give us the result, whether it's a police, whether it's a judicial process, whether it actually sort of like get taken to federal level, if it indeed ended up in a higher court. So we need to think, what are we doing? If when we spoke about this thing originally, the idea is literally, if we want to focus on phone forensics and their bank account forensics, why don't we just do that on its own? That is a bone of contention. Let's focus and put all our efforts into that. Find a process in which we can actually engage with the police. And at that point in time, it will be transparent. If anybody from other parties, well, Baba area wants to join, Wumi area wants to join, we know we're fighting for the same cause. And we know we're fighting for the missing piece of the jigsaw. That, then it makes sense. But all the agenda of convoluted ideas and concepts in a situation where even the inquest is getting close to closure, are we now trying to get the government to restart the inquest? Anyway, I need to go. Good morning to everyone.
In the IT guy, thanks for your powerful submission. Well, we are responding to what has happened. Okay, and what are the things that has happened? We've had lapses and lack of transparency in police investigation that was taken to the coroner court, and right before us, they have also charged some individuals to a magistrate court, which is showing us the direction or preempting the coroner court. In the suit that Papa Mohbad and his lawyer filed against the DPP, it begins to tell us what the DPP intends to do. And we cannot leave evidence hanging there, and then we will not profile solutions to get those evidence that are germane to help drive the cause towards justice, lying fallow without being useful in getting justice for Mohbad. And those are the reasons for the PI, the private investigators. So at this point, we've never, Baba Mohbad was even questioned at his own case why he loved his son so much. He never got a private investigator to investigate the demise of Mohbad. So, and these are one of the things that we need to correct. And why he choose not to do this, without evidence, he proceed to sue the DPP. And it is a technical effort by the lawyers.
Can I ask a direct question, if you don't mind? What would a private investigator bring to the table at this stage?
Now we need to look at the failures of the case. One of such failures is the phone forensic. Okay, you cannot get the phone forensic done without getting a team of lawyers to get the right court orders to be able to do this. And also, you need to present your fact as you see them as evidence based on the videos. We have so many videos evidence with several inconsistency in public space that could be used as evidence. And so if we are able to harmonize these findings effectively, we'll be able to forge a front. We will have facts before us, and then these facts will be useful in the court, and also to be able to drag ourselves into the case. And how do we drag ourselves into the case? Is by the writ of mandamus, to ensure that, okay, we have done an investigation, and these are our findings, especially the phone forensic and the videos that are in public space and the several inconsistency that could be presented. And then when we are able to do this, is of this case is of public interest, and we are able to push this and do a lot of advocacy, the media advocacy. Why we suffer so much in this case is because we are not forging ahead. We just remain in one place, and then we discuss issues and issues and issues, and then they fade away. But this time around, we need to be purposeful in the usefulness of the evidence that we have, and so that we can present it and also make it as transparently as possible, so that we will not be throwing unsubstantial claims against some individuals. For instance, the wife of the deceased has been accused of being the major suspect and all that, without clarity in evidence to prove that. And so these are one of the major issues why you have the support group. They know that this evidence are not there. But if you have a private investigator who can harmonize these things properly for us, and we can lay the facts bare there for everybody to see, it becomes very difficult for such individuals to have support groups if those evidence are compelling enough. And then we have the actions of the law. So we have the bar association, because you think it is too much in one, but these are the things that we need to put together so that we can forge a formidable front. The Nigerian Bar Association will guide effective. Hold on, please. The Nigerian Bar Association will guide us effectively on the right path to choose if we have to call for another inquest. We know that through the toxicology report, Baba Mohbad and his team of lawyers and all others have been able to damage that evidence effectively for us. And so we have only one evidence that can be done right now, and which is the forensic on the phone that could hopefully get Mohbad justice. And we don't want to jeopardize that. We don't want to put this phone forensic in the hands of Baba Mohbad and his cohort again. We want to forge ahead with it, and we want to do it as professionally as possible, exploring all possibilities to be able to get justice for Mohbad using this particular
I would like
front.
to butt in.
Yes. Okay, go ahead.
The insider, I would like to butt in, and I want to
Hold
ask
on,
a very
Aristotle. Can I
simple
drop this because I
question.
need to go? I'm very sorry. Good morning to you. I'm extremely sorry. I need to go now. Let me just drop this question for Insider. Sorry, Aristocrat. So my final question is literally that if you're going to go into a process like this that is going to involve people on the ground, a group of people, crowd and all that, what will be the source of income? How do you actually intend to raise the money? Because money will be needed. So what sort of process? The process is going to be engineered. And who are we reaching out to, fund this process?
Now, that's why we are here. And one of the reason for this is to get the Transparency International, Human Rights Watch, and SERAP to be involved with this. And so if they are involved with this, we look at areas where we can work with them, but we need to present fact as it is so that it looks workable to them. The openness and then the transparency that we will put into it will be what we encourage them to work with into this. So we are here to look at how we can work it out through the NGOs, through the human rights that we know. SERAP is there. We've never approached them. We can start talking to them. If we have the PI report and also the phone forensic, if we have lawyers who have given us their tools to use to get the phone forensic done, and then we present it to the police just as it is, and then the public, everybody knows about it. And so with Sarah Panoda, I don't think funding will be something of a big issue. And we are here also as well. If there are needs for funding, we can raise the initial funds to be able to get the process going. But the major issue here is that involving the right individuals and be as transparent as possible. Aristocrat, please go ahead.
This is the question I love to ask. Good morning, everyone. I believe everyone is in the morning, whether early morning or morning. What is the real issue of this case? Number one, everyone have been shouting forensic, forensic, forensic. Has anyone formally approached the Nigerian police, demand to know if they are carried out any form of forensic, phone, accounts, whatever forensic they want to carry out, and they replying and say, no, we do not see it as important? That will be a basis for you to go and attack them on forensic investigation, that they did not do it. Or they have replied and said, yes, we have done it, but we are not going to give you the result. That is a different case. So number one, we need to get that. And one of the biggest problems of the justice for Mohbad is assumption. Everybody assumes. Someone throws something out, people catch fire. They don't think deep and ask the right question. So that would be the first hurdle to jump. Number two, since this case has started, I have observed that people are tired of giving out money. Not that they don't want to, but they are tired of people collecting money, giving them assurances, and when they execute the job, it comes to none. It always comes with one rhetorics or the other. Therefore, whatever that is going to be done must be able to present to these people for them to close out the money. Number three, we are talking of international bodies. International bodies don't just get involved in issues. They themselves will read the issues, look at the legal implications, look at what has been done and what has not been done, and see areas they will come in. But international bodies will not resolve the case for you. We want to get something from the government, but you are attacking the government. It means that is also already a kind of resistance. So if you want to get things from me, anybody that wants to get things from government, you will paddy the government to get what you want. If there are areas of discrepancies, they will say, come to the table, let's discuss it. Have we explored these areas? I think what is most important for us here is to say the investigation must be done thoroughly, properly. We, the public, cannot say do Corona again. It will not happen. Under the law, it will never happen. The state have set up a Corona. The state have done their own medical investigation. The family have done their medical investigation. We should be waiting. If the coroner, the inquest, gives us a report, then we will find a basis to look for loopholes and see what we can fight about. That takes me back to what Susie said earlier. We are in a process, but we are always jumping the gun. We need to learn to restrain, watch, and be taking notes so that when all the procedure is fulfilled, we can then come out with a definite, more tactical, and purposeful reason for you to challenge the status quo. Because we are still dancing around, we are tapping around. Why? We don't even have any concrete evidence to disprove whatever has been outside there. Most of the talk are assumption. So I will be looking out for a position where good heads will come together to be more tactical, more unbiased, look into the facts, and comes out with what is substantial to challenge the status quo. Thank you very much, Insider. You are doing well.
The day before, you sounded different from today. It's like you changed mouth, and I'm disappointed.
No.
No.
He said,
Thunderfire.
he said the right
I have
thing.
not changed. You
He
see,
said the right
you see, Thunderfire.
See, it's
always-
IT
see,
guy.
if you
It's
like,
IT guy.
Mommy.
He's trying to talk to IT guy.
Thunderfire. If we like, we bring hundreds of Aries, 1,000 of Yemi, 2,000 of African TV. It still doesn't win whatever we want to do if we don't do our homework. And if we want to get international agencies or any other NGO to be involved, we should have done our homework. Once we've done our homework, we have everything we do, we review it tactically. Number one, it will help us to even raise the fund we want to raise. It will help us to get the buy-in, and it will help us to challenge the authority. I'm not saying we all can work together. There are 1,000 of African TV. There are 1 million of aristocrats. There are 20 million of Aries. There are 1 billion of Yomi. There are 20 billion of African TV. But the point is this: if you do not work with the facts, you cannot fight the authority. You must confront the authority of their mistake. It will be glaring. That is how you will get buy-in. Everyone has when they come in and when they come out. Susie is here. We have approached international organization. But international organization will tell you, we have seen your case, it is good. Do this, let us have this. Myself and Susie, we work tirelessly on the results of Lagos State with NNMS. We did a great job. But all those things are pending even when we seek authorities' help. Authorities were telling us, you need to do this thing locally before we can come in. So we must think broadly. If you have not dealt with international organization, it's always good to say we will go. When you get there, you will see. So even people that went to meet CNN the other time, when that other guy was saying, let's go to CNN, those who approached CNN, what did CNN tell them? CNN requested for some things from them. Till date, they've not produced those things. So we must come back. We've garnered a lot of experience on this journey. I don't want us to be working, to be doing the same thing, all over and all over. We will not get different answers. We'll be getting the same. We should work more tactical. We should do our homework very well, so that even when we are talking to people, you are talking from a place of knowledge, a place of understanding, and a place of clarity. That is just my point. It's my opinion. No, aristocrat always have his opinion. Thank you very much.
Thank you, aristocrats. I perfectly understand your position, that we should not jump the gun and understand the whole situation on ground first before we take actions. And these are valid concerns. But there is a thing. We have a problem, and that problem needs to be solved. Police investigation is not transparent enough. And so we need to get to the root of it. And so we need to know those areas where there are lapses, like you rightly said, which has to do with the phone forensic, account forensic, where money are being transferred to, and where deep level forensic on all fronts. And if we can be able to establish that effectively, we have a valid tool to use to help forge the case ahead, which is a source of concerns for every one of us, that the police have been biased with their investigations and they've done a poor job in getting the right investigation for this case. Because of their advice to the DPP shows that the investigations have not been done properly, but we have no proofs, and that is the reason why we need to raise a private investigators to help us sort out these lapses, relate with the police, if the police are hiding anything, we can get to know that okay, there are some certain things the police have done and the limitations that they have. And this will give us the right tools. But we need a legal framework, which is why I said we need to discuss with the Nigerian Bar Association, Lagos chapter. We form a team. I think at that universe have couples of lawyers who wanted to be part of the Corona inquest, and technically they were ruled out of the case. They even filed a suit against them, and so we can use those part of their experience together with some of the kind of lawyers we're able to gather here and there, and then we discuss with the Nigerian Bar Associations, and they can give us legal framework and advice that is professionally enough and also has the right pressure to get justice for Mohbad. Remember, the Bar Association, there are teams, associations of lawyers who have huge influences both on judges and even the lawyers themselves.
Let me
Yes.
put in. You just said something. You say you will go to Serap. Serap will present the facts to them. I am more interested in the facts. The facts is what I am really interested in, because it is the facts that will give us a convincing stance to get international organization to support us. It is the fact that will give us a convincing stance to get people that are already weary, that have dawokud before, to begin to dawo again. It is the fact and a convincing fact that will help us to say we want to challenge the status quo. So I still go back to what I said. We need to sit down, plan very well, and get those facts. On the basis on those facts is what I really want us to talk about. Now, I'm saying this because whatever rhetorics people have been saying is not fact. Police did not do forensic. It's not a fact. We must get traceable document to actually confirm. We have asked this from police. Police have replied and they've said they've not done it. Bam, that is a fact. And we as public, we have believed that this is very important and we want it done. These are bases. I, for one, I don't like to jump into rhetorics. I talk from what I know because I can present something about it. So that is what I meant by saying we should not do the same thing over and over again and expect a different result. What we are talking about is desirable, is ideal, but to get the desirable and not the attainable, we must do our homework well, get those things right. Now, the challenge is rested on J Clock, on you, and those who want to front this alliance, to you on your own, design your vision, your key achievement, do your KPI, and let's work with that. Let's start with this first. And if you really want to get the fact, don't bring it on Black App. Get the fact and be sure of the fact. Get your correspondence right. IT guy is here. He has connection where you can get connection with. And let's get it right. And so that once you have the fact, you can then give green light. We have this, we have this, we have this. And you might have done all your necessary relations. Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of the deliberation.
Thank you, aristocrats. So definitely we have our tax well laid out. So first task is to engage with the Nigerian police and find out if they've done the needful, like the phone forensic, the accounts of the individuals. We write to them and then do this confirmation. And then we institute a team of public and private investigators, introduce them to the police, and then we get these facts rolling. And then we can now approach the Nigerian Bar Association. I think African TV can do that for us, J Clock and the rest. And then we have relationship with the Nigerian Bar Association, with some other lawyers who have already been on this case, like the Ada Universe lawyers. We can work with them and then seek to present our case to the Nigerian Bar Association. And then we can forge ahead from that. And when we have these facts, we can use it to present to the international bodies. And then if these facts are not favorable enough, we can present these facts to them, and then they can see the reasons why they need to be on the case, and then we can forge ahead from there. I think this is clear enough for us now. This is not too much for us to achieve.
Sorry, can I ask a question, please?
Yeah, please go ahead.
You can see that you're bringing a lot of people in. Now, you mentioned Ada Universe lawyer. So, at this point, Ada Universe lawyers, they agree now they are going to go to appeal. Remember, Ada Universe lawyer was sent or thrown out of the case for best reason known to the government, right? And
No, I believe they were thrown out of the coroner inquest, not the case.
Okay, all the same. So what I'm saying, how did you people arrive on how? Because at this point, the set of people that is the government, the Lagos State government said, oh, we don't want them in the case. So going back to go and meet them to come back to the case, do you think the government will still accept this group of people? Because I remember they didn't appeal their case with the government because they feel it's just going to be a waste of time. So I don't know how you people arrived and said, okay, we are going back to Ada Universe lawyer to bring them back on board.
So that people can be whipped into line and you can achieve what you want to achieve in good time. God will help you, and I wish you all Godspeed. Thank you, bro.
That's really brilliant.
Abby, you'll have to speak up a little bit, please.
Okay. Thank you so much, both speakers. That's very good, courageous, right? Anyway, back to the formation, insider backup. I should believe that the intention of all this is to actually take or move or try to cry out internationally. So I suggest you don't leave out the requests for the series and audios recorded, which should have or should include the date voiced and the time voiced, and also the names of the witnesses, because I don't know, the way the corona was, to me it was weird. No media wasn't allowed, and it raised some my eyebrows a lot. So when you do this, when you could do this, it could actually maybe show or open up what do you call it, show the sabotages anyway, like expose and really work for the case to be treated internationally. You understand? Like they will want to know why do we want this case out of Nigeria? Why do we want an international help? You understand?
You are correct that we need to wait for the corona to conclude, so we know what it is that they present. But we already knew that the investigation by the police presented to the coroner will not fulfill a proper and transparent result from the corona. It is already obvious that the DPP has went ahead to even charge people to court before the corona concludes a sitting. Though it is in their right to do so if they have established their own prima facie. They've seen that there's sufficient evidence that wrongdoing has been done and certain individuals are culpable, and then they should be charged to court. So it is in their own right to do that, especially when the nurse has confessed that he injected Mohbad, and then there were instances where he reacted to those injections. Now, this is one part of the case. Another part of the case is the poor investigation of the police, which we will not look at and then pretend as if that is just what it is. We want it to be thoroughly done so that we will clear our doubts that there are no stone unturned in getting people who actually caused what led to Mohbad. Not that the nurse is just taking a fall for it. So those doubts needs to be cleared. Is being served. So I want to be compelled that the police have done proper investigation. But in our own opinion, and between you and I, we can see the chaos they caused during their investigation. This chaos had led to people teaming up for Baba Mohbad, for Wumi and all that. And this has nothing to do with getting justice. So it also even bothers everybody the more that how can certain individuals be having team of supporters if truly justice is there already. So and some people are ready to rejoice that they are working on the path of justice. So how can that be when the police themselves has failed to show transparency in what they are doing? Remember in the first preliminary report they gave us, they told us that they will be giving us information as the investigation continues. They never did thereafter. There was no briefing on Mohbad's demise after the first preliminary report to tell us where the investigations have gotten to, who is unless when they declared Prime Boy Prime Boy was exonerated, then removed from even their charge. So it shows a lot going on that needs to be scrutinized. So we will not wait too long for the coroner court. We will pretend as if they are doing a good job, but also we will task the police first on if they've done a proper investigation. And if they've done so, let them present the fact that, okay, investigation that has been done, especially when the sister of the widow is telling us that Mohbad used to transfer money accounts. The mothers of the widow has 3 accounts that they use to collect Mohbad's money and all that. So could there be reasons why these things happen to him or anything? So police needs to tell us all this, and then they need to tell us that they've done enough phone forensic and these are their findings. If that is done and our conscience are clear about it, why not we accept that the nurse did it? But if that still remains undone, then there's a problem somewhere. And this we need to unravel as a public with interest in this case. So believe me, we need to go to the bottom of it. as holistically as possible, unbiased, and with all openness. The lack of transparency nature of the police had pitched different individuals against themselves, especially members of the family. And this has caused it to, yeah.
Yeah, sorry, let me.
Yeah, African TV, please. We need your contribution in this.
Yeah. My phone acted up. I don't know what happened when Sazot was calling my name. But anyhow, first thing I want you to see, I personally, for me, you're the spokesperson for this new formation. So as a spokesperson, two things I want to empower you with. I'm at the construction site. Can you hear the banging? Is it disturbing you? Is it disturbing? Can you hear me at all? Hello, insider. Hello. Can anyone hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. So if insider is listening and for you, Thunderfire, personally for me, I think insider is the spokesperson for this new formation. As a spokesperson, I want to empower him with 2 points. First one is we're not talking about money. IT guy came up talking about money. How are we going to raise funds? It's a good question, but I believe at the wrong time. At the time where people are already out there trying to think that this is a scheme, people already giving the formation a bad name when it's not even started yet. So issues of money should not be discussed, or fundraising should not be discussed until the formation and the people are already in place. This is just an idea, that we're hatching up to help reform this J4M. So be guided when people start asking you about money. We did not talk about money that first day. And the first guy that went out there lambasting the idea lied that they were talking about money. So this question coming this morning, I was not happy listening to that question. I mean, it's a good question, but at the wrong time. Then second thing is, if the people that don't want to join, they don't have to be convinced. People don't need to be convinced. I don't know who said this, which was a good idea. I think it was Abby. The way forward, when the baby is born, how do you plan to raise the baby? What's the baby going to be in this world? That should be our focal point now, and we've laid the foundation. It's to hold the government, the police accountable. If you as a people, anybody out there asking, what does this formation want to do? If you can't see anything that the police has done wrong, then definitely anybody to convince you that the police did not treat Mohbad's petition, that Mohbad died not knowing the outcome of his petition, and that this formation would wake that up and work towards that. If you cannot see that Joseph Aloba did not mention the blood pool, if you cannot see the way the burial content of the injection was not found in the body of Mohbad and the nurse is being taken to trial, if you cannot see all the negligent acts of the family and the police, then you definitely do not need to be told the purpose of this formation. I said there's minimum at least 10 negligent acts that this formation can act upon to get Mohbad justice. So people would come and make it difficult for you to focus on the way forward. This formation is not against anybody but fighting for Mohbad for the police to do the right thing, hold them accountable. If we have to file mandamus, we will file it. If we have to do fiat, we will do it. That's what this is all about. This is what we have done in the beginning, but we did it wrong. We did it wrong because our minds, our heart was open to and receptive to everybody. But now we have come to a stage where we realize that we were infiltrated, we were deceived, we were manipulated, and now we're trying to chart a better way forward. And all you really need to do is support the movement, jump on it, and hope for the best. If we solve only one injustice for Mohbad, we would have done right. Only one. Just get the police to correct one mistake. We would have done fine. There is a saying, if you want to go to the stars and you land on the moon, you have done well. You have done better than those who did not try to go anywhere. There are people openly condemning justice for Mohbad. There are people out there. Hold on a second, please. Hold on. Sorry, guys. I have to mute for now. Let somebody else speak. Need to attend to some customers. Sorry.
Hey, host.
Yes?
I think Mr. Africa TV did not really get my point. I used the word can, CAN. So, and then I went on by saying like, as in, for instance, bringing in ADE or other foundation so that we can actually get some withdrawing them from the corona. I wasn't really 100% supporting the recruiting of the old justice for Mohbad fighters. You know, I was picking and highlighting and also saying it. Than me, but it's not a biggie anyway.
I think he's been
I'm back.
busy with whatever he's doing, so he didn't catch everything correctly.
Yeah,
Welcome
it's not
back,
a biggie.
IT guy.
Yeah. Oh,
I mean, just a
it
quick
died.
one because I'll be listening in and out, on and off, because I've got a busy day in front of me here.
Okay.
So I think the problem, we're beginning to have a problem already. And we're beginning to attack ourselves now. And African TV is coming with an attack. Now, this guy needs to understand that the reason why everything we've done before is failed is because we do it without vision. There is no way you're going to start anything at all that requires the support, financial support from people, efforts from people who probably will give you pro bono, people who probably gonna give you a free service. And even pro bono is not even cheap. It's not even 100% zero all the way. Now, if you engineer a process and people are asking valid questions, you're now not going to say, we shouldn't discuss money now. We discuss money later. Now is not the right time. African TV, if I set up a foundation today, are you trying to tell me with my mission and my visions, I won't work out how the money is going to come, where the money is going to come from? Which international bodies I need to approach? Who can sponsor me? So let's not start engineer all these attacks to start telling people what they should not say and what they should say. And we're talking about leadership. And we're looking up to you as one of the people we want to appoint to be our leaders. And now you want to suppress democracy. You now want to tell people when to speak and when not to speak, which item to speak about and not to speak about in an open forum. It's an open forum. So if we are open and we're in the air and there's no transparency and there's suppression and there is a demotion of democracy, You tell me, African TV, how you going to get anywhere with this course and how people should start trusting you that you actually have the pedigree of leadership. Thank you.
Hello, good morning. Let me quickly address something.
All right.
And I want to throw this out there before it gets out of control. Mr. African Television and Mr. IT Guy, I think you two have a score to settle, and I think you should settle it out of this discussion. Because in the last 3 days, I've seen the two of you confronting each other whenever you talk. And I don't think we need that energy. We sincerely don't need that energy. So please, it is good for you to resolve your issue outside and leave every other person out of it. If anybody has anything, at this time, we are looking to mobilize people together.
Stop right. I'm beginning to get fed up of this. Paparano will infer the same thing on his platform.
Wasting dust that have been raised in the past, and we are continuously doing it.
Look, if African TV says something,
because that is what I see.
If African TV says something, and we are talking about this matter as it is, and I'm responding to exactly what has been said this morning, I don't really see anything of an attack towards his personality. Paparano did the same thing on his platform the last time.
That is a way.
And I have to calm down.
No.
Yes.
That is the way this thing is coming out like. See,
no.
I am not on Paparano's platform. So if I am also talking in the like sum of Paparano, maybe you need to check it.
No.
If I was not on Paparano's platform, I only listen to the audio that is out, and maybe you need to check it.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that if someone is making a point, I'm making a point right now.
People have been talking.
No, I'm making a point.
I will appreciate it if I have wait now. No, allow me to make my own. That you make your point. Now, when I came out to make my own submission, I did not attack the position of Susie. No, I only leave the group that are going to form. Let us leave them with them crystallizing whatever comes up, removing what they will remove, and looking at how it will work. Then we can now criticize the whole project based on their own presentation, not on the presentation of individual address. That is what I think. So that at this stage, we don't go confrontational. Everybody throw it up. We will all be here by God's grace, and we cannot go through it. We cannot go through it. So we don't start it by saying, you, this. No, let's leave it at that. We know where we are going. And that was why I told Insider, come out with your vision, come out with your mission, come out with your objective. We will now criticize whatever they come based on that, not based on people's feelers, based on what they come with. That is a mock tweet. That is just my humble opinion. It's simply my humble opinion. So I want us to just look at it.
I will accept your
Everybody
opinion, but what I'm trying to
every
say,
idea is stupid at this.
Aristocrat, the point I'm trying to
But
make
let us have it
is,
crystallized first.
the point I'm trying to make is, everybody will have an opinion, which is the reason why we wanted this to be an open forum. Now, if someone then go against everybody that is mentioned anything to do with money, and I'm saying, no, you need to allow people to express themselves, because it's from where we're joking that we actually know people's character. And I will not be suppressed. I will not be told off because I brought something up for you to now tell me that it's not the right time to bring it up. I think in a democratic society, I will not let that go because someone is trying to suppress my self-expression, my free, the free aspect of democracy where I'm allowed to express myself. So if people are asking questions about money, what exactly is wrong with that? Insider is here. Insider can choose to answer the question or not answer the question. But I don't actually think that we should engineer a process of fear where people are not allowed to talk because people believe that you have something against them, or people believe that you guys have a banter. This is a fresh situation that we engage. If Susie says something and I not quite impressed
Money.
about it, I have the position and the reason to
I'd
just
also spoken about
loan
money.
my own input.
He spoke about money. I have learned about money, and days before I've said we're going to have a treasurer handling money. And what is more important today for me is we getting our vision right, getting the objective, and when we get that, we then know what money we
Thank you.
need.
Can I?
Money will come after we get what we want to do in the
Aristo,
first
can I come
place.
in?
So all this discussion will still come out when
Can
we
I
come
come
to
in,
that.
guys?
I just don't want us to, things. I don't know
Aristocrat,
for
can I
you
come in?
people.
Aristocrat,
Sincerely,
please, can I come in? Thank you for coming into the conversation. And for the record, me and IT have no beef. Even on the background, we are friends. So let me just put that out. In the background, we are friends. Now, I respect his opinion, and everybody's opinion is their own opinion. It doesn't make it the right thing. I have my opinion. It doesn't mean that I'm right. It may be right in my own face, and when I speak it, it may sound good, but when you or anybody listen to it, it may actually not be too good. So now, to IT guy, the issue here is we are forming something, we're starting something, and people have already started trying to castigate us, and one of their weapon of castigation is money. And you talked about leadership. As a leader, there is a time for everything. There is a time to fight, there is a time to joke, and there is a time to play. When somebody is talking about money, using it as a weapon against your intent as a leader, I would be very careful with anything regarding money at that stage. Now, every numbnut in the world knows no organization runs without funding. No organization. Talking to you, it costs money. We are being faced with the way forward. And we, the same people, are the ones that are going to come out there and start talking about money. Then we are weaponizing the antagonistic people, saying we should be careful when we talk about funding. And this is not even the time. We've not even perfected the idea. People are still trying to figure out. Somebody like Susie is completely impervious to the way things started and how we're going. And we have to be explaining to her, and maybe she's still not convinced. Our focal point is the way forward, like Abby said. And Abby also misunderstood me, because what I was saying is Abby was talking in a very good way, saying we need to be thinking of the way forward. We need to plan what's next, the next step. Where do we go? How do we get this done right? So I'm not attacking you. And every time you speak your opinion, any other person, everybody also have the right to their own opinion. So because you speak your opinion and my opinion questions your opinion, it doesn't mean I'm fighting you or that I'm attacking you. And that also goes for Aristocrat. Me and my brother were not fighting. Me and you were not fighting. And nobody's going to make us fight on this journey. Nobody. So let's all be guided and let's think of the way forward. That's all I'm concerned about, and how to make this presentation the best for the J4M family to come together and get this boy justice. No beef against anybody. This guy is my brother underground, for real. He knows what I'm talking about.